Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is the regular Planning Commission meeting for Tuesday, August 25th, 2026, here in council chambers at City Hall. Here in council chambers with me is Commissioner Peter Rod, and online we have Commissioners Nelson DeLeon and Williamson Feasey. Let me get the right page of my agenda so I know what's going on. Yeah, well, we'll go from here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, do I hear a motion for the acceptance of the Planning Commission agenda as distributed?
Motion.
I'll move
Okay.
it.
Okay, and who seconded that?
Will.
Will? Okay, I thought so. Okay, all right. Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, opposed? Okay, we now have an agenda. Do we have any previous meeting minutes that I might have missed? No, okay. Always have to check up on me every once in a while. I miss them. Anyone here for public comment? Okay, very good. We will then move on to the subdivision and land development plan reviews that we have for today. The first one is 338 North 6th Street annexation and an annexation and minor land development plan, and I will turn that over to Jerome for the update.
Okay, thank you. Our review was issued on August 19th, 2026. This is in regards to the 338 North 6th Street annexation and land development plan. This is a revised preliminary / final plan application. Again, it's located at 338 North 6th Street. This application was previously reviewed. It involves 4 existing parcels of land that will be joined in common deed. It contains an existing restaurant, bar, and hotel use. We've gone through a number of these issues in the past. They have provided us with the corresponding deed description, which would be joining the properties in common deed. We have also reviewed the stormwater management facilities, and everything is now in order. There is a planning module. The required planning modules for the development are being processed, and everything else has been taken care of. This plan will require a municipal improvements agreement, as well as a stormwater management maintenance agreement, in which I think drafts have already been provided to them. Everything appears to be in order and can be approved considering these final issues that are provided within our review letter dated August 19th, 2026.
Any comments from the commissioners?
So we've seen this before. What's
This is the Luna Restaurant
No.
at 338 North 6th Street, which I do see has reopened. So they must have taken care of their problems with the state, because the state had a notice on their front door, and it's no longer there. I passed by there over the weekend and it was open. So I believe that this is so I think we saw it about a year ago
Yes.
originally.
And what they did was they revised the stormwater management plan to address our comments. And we also had some technical issues with the parking facility.
Don, is Don here today? Okay, Don, do you have any comments about the curbing and possible sidewalk on Church Street?
Have to jump on. He's not on.
Okay, we'll catch up with Don later on this. Let me see, we got that. So any, comments from, commissioners?
Well, I'm curious about the curbing and sidewalk now that you mentioned it on Church Street.
Okay. And, is
Can you
there
hear me?
anyone here?
Hello, this is Don. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Apologies, struggling with my phone here. I do not have any comments.
Okay. Very good. This is usually handled by Chris Lovell.
Can somebody provide these specific concerns here?
I haven't seen the property in a while, but most of the curbing and the small, is it a 5-foot or 10-foot sidewalk along Church Street?
It's a 2-foot
It's a-
wide sidewalk.
Yeah. Most of those sidewalks in that part of town are severely deteriorated.
Okay. For me,
The church. Go ahead.
for me, it would be if there's a safety, if it does not meet code. If it doesn't meet code, if it's a safety problem, then I would say that it should be replaced. If it's just unsightly, but it still meets code, then I don't really have that much of a concern.
Okay, so.
They have yet to submit their their cost estimates for the municipal improvements, and that will probably be identified on those. We did have previous comments with the point of ingress and egress along Church, which also then was relevant to their curb and sidewalks along that particular area, which is a small area along Church.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
So Don, it was just the curb radius being improved along Church, but along North 6th Street, there was no sidewalk improvements, I think, at this time.
Okay. If there's still some review that's required, you want to make it a condition of approval, we can take a closer look at it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Hello, Tom. Do you have any comments?
No, I think it makes sense that let Don take a look at it, and if something has to be updated, we'll update it. No big deal.
Okay, very, very good. Okay, anything else on this project?
No.
Okay. Okay, do I hear a motion to grant preliminary final plan approval for the annexation and land development plan for 338 North 6th Street, saldo number 24030002, subject to the applicant resolving all issues referenced within the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated August 19th, 2026, and a review of the Church Street curb and sidewalk by the Public Works Department. Okay, Peter? Okay, okay, and Nelson? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, opposed? Okay, very good. And then do I hear a motion to authorize the chairman of the planning commission to execute the municipal improvements agreement and the stormwater management maintenance agreement?
I'll move it.
Okay, Will? And I'll take Peter as the second. Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, very good. We can move this project forward with just a few minor things to review.
Emily, looking at my emails today, it looks like the agreement, the samples were provided to Attorney London for this project.
Yes.
Okay, So, Mr. Tom, you have the sample agreements. Once they're prepared, send them back to myself and I'll take a review of them.
You got it.
Thank you.
Okay, next on our list, we have the Reading Public Authority parking lot at 905 Green Street. And I will turn it over to Jerome for the update.
This review letter was issued on August 20th, 2026. It is a proposal from the Reading Parking Authority for their parking facility at 905 Green Street. It is an annexation and a land development plan. The plan is on 7 parcels of land. They will be consolidated and as part of the annexation. There will be 32 off-street parking spaces. It's been reduced by 2 as per previous comments. The site also was subject to a PennDOT HOP, which has been issued for the stormwater management improvement. It was for the tie-in facility at North 9th Street. So that's been accomplished. The stormwater management plan is now acceptable. There will be a municipal improvements agreement required for this project, as well as a stormwater management maintenance agreement required for this project. There may be the closure of certain off-street parking spaces along Green Street in order to accomplish the required site distance. That will need to be coordinated with Public Works and also the City Council if there's going to be any closures for parking spaces. But that's something that will be addressed after the fact. But other than that, the plan is in good shape. It's ready for approval. We do have the cost estimates for the municipal improvements.
And I do have a copy of their signed agreements. I'm just waiting on letters of credit.
Okay. Any comments from the commissioners?
Good.
Okay, hearing none. Is there someone here representing this project?
I'm here, Jan Miller from McCarthy Engineering.
Do you have any questions or comments of the staff or the commissioners?
No, I don't. The only thing, we submitted both agreements signed and notarized with this last submission. I'm not quite sure why they were still on this letter, but I provided them again. Also, the landscaping plan was the only plan that needed to be revised, and we did revise that. I don't know, I just sent it yesterday, so I'm not quite sure if you got it in time.
Yeah, I have the signed agreements, but I need the letters of credit to
Okay,
go along with them.
okay.
There was also a comment from
The light's on.
the license.
One light's on. The top
Can you
light's
hear me?
not.
There was a comment from the arborist about 4 shrubs that are that were proposed. He was proposing that this be addressed with a specific type of trees. I don't know if that is something that you were able to see.
We did do that. And again, that was a plan I just sent yesterday. So I don't know if everyone had time to look at it yet.
Yeah, and then it was also submitted to Public Works. So the city arborist has it.
Okay,
And it was just for the 4 shrubs that were not specified on the plan.
yes, yes. That was the only comment that the city arborist had, and that was addressed.
Okay, very good. Anything else on this project? Okay, do I hear a motion to grant final plan approval for the annexation and land development plan for the Reading Parking Authority lot at 905 Green Street, saldo number 2510-0022, subject to the applicant resolving all issues referenced within the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated August 20th, 2026.
So move.
Okay, Nelson? Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, opposed? Very good. Do I hear a motion to authorize the chairman of the planning commission to execute the municipal improvements agreement and the stormwater management maintenance agreement?
Yes.
Okay, Peter? Okay, that was Will?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good. Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Very good. With just a few minor things, we should be able to finish this plan up. Do you have anything for the representative, Michelle?
No, just as Emily stated, the agreements have been signed on their behalf. We're just waiting for the financial security.
Okay, great. Okay. Next, we move on to the North Reading Plaza at 1853 North 3rd Street. This is a preliminary land development plan. I will turn it over to Jerome for the updates, and then we'll talk about these waivers.
Okay. The review was issued on August 24th, 2026. This is for the preliminary plan application. This is revision number 3, in which we've now had 2 technical meetings with the applicant to discuss these, and we are in the process of agreeing to how the plan will be revised and coordinated towards a final plan application. The project still involves 2 lots. Lot 1 would be 12.19 acres, and then Lot 2 would be 5.39 acres, which would be a residue. Lot 1 is the one that's being developed. The project does include a revised preliminary subdivision land development plan, as well as a stormwater management plan, erosion and sedimentation control plan. We did coordinate efforts with the applicant with respects to the traffic impact study, and a traffic planning and design has submitted their documents on July 8th, 2026, and it was reviewed on July 29, 2026 as part of a technical review. As mentioned, this project will be Lot 1 will be developed with 6 buildings, with subcomponents of the building, which will have a variety of retail space located within them. And I believe it's 169,000 square feet, 169,299 plus or minus cumulative square feet within those buildings, which we'll have to check with the applicant as part of the final plan. As mentioned earlier, the Planning Commission will consider the waiver request. This would be for an environmental impact assessment report, a community impact assessment report, a parking and loading impact assessment report, and a park and recreation impact assessment report, all which we'll talk about later. The applicant will be doing a traffic impact assessment report as part of this project, which will be submitted with the final plan application. We have outlined the comments that we had agreed to or we identified as key components that are critical for the traffic impact study. We've also outlined specific criteria that we would like to see established for site accessibility for the proposed shopping center. Other than that, we've also identified some issues along with curbs, sidewalks, and ramps in the area. And for parking and loading, there does appear to be some conflicts with the cumulative gross floor area, which in some instances it specifies 168,177. In another spot, it states something differently. So we just want to make sure we're dealing with the correct number. all in all, the number of parking spaces appears to be consistent with the zoning hearing board decision that was granted as part of 2025-0013. So it appears that we're okay with parking and loading. Some issues that we had discussed at our technical meeting was to possibly consider the loading spaces in the rear of the retail centers in order so that they're not taking up valuable spaces for retail parking during normal business hours. Moving forward, the project will require a sanitary sewage planning module in which the applicant will have to assess the pre and post pre-development conditions considering previous uses as well as the future uses on this site. There will be a lighting plan, and we had mentioned about that the provisions for the dark sky initiatives would have to be considered, which would be the darkening of or reduction of the illumination levels between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. The landscaping was previously approved by the City of Reading's arborist. So this is just, once the final plan comes back, we'll just make sure that everything's in order. There was revisions that were done to the stormwater management plan and report, and we had provided an outline of the remaining issues that are relevant for this project. These are just some technical matters that can be addressed by the applicant. We don't see anything. There will also be the erosion and sedimentation control plan will require an NPDES permit. And then finally, moving forward to once we get to the final plan, we will require a municipal improvements agreement and a stormwater management maintenance agreement. So all in all, although this does have 6 pages of comments, this is more so set up so that the applicant can be utilized by the applicant as guidance for the preparation of the final plan. So the Planning Commission feels agreeable. We would recommend preliminary plan approval at this stage.
Yeah, like the stormwater comments is like a page long. So those can be taken care of at final with no problem.
And Tom will agree that it's a matter of the site is an environmental cleanup site that was, and they cannot do infiltration on the site. So it's going to be a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
Where's it going?
Correct.
Off-site captured, and then I put a one of the plan views in the plan set, which does show the detention. There's 2 primary detention facilities that are located along Burn Street.
Detention without.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no infiltration on those, but they will be planted. Those aren't going to just be empty holes planted with trees and shrubs.
What?
Okay. Now, on these waivers, I had a question for Michelle. I reviewed the saldo today, and it says these reports might be required or may be required, if I'm reading it correctly. Do we need a waiver for each one?
I don't have the specific language in front of me. I don't have the language in front of me. But either way, typically if it says might be required, the Planning Commission should comment if they want them or not. And if it says they shall be required, then there should be waivers considered.
The applicant will be doing the traffic impact study, and that will be submitted once they're able to do the traffic counts that are necessary. They also provided you with an alternative design for park and recreation, which would be a pedestrian path around the development. That's on the last page of the plan set. You may or may not be in agreement with the concept. If you're not, then I think that what we could do is possibly work out some form of a compromise where the fee in lieu of requirement may be considered to improve park and recreation facilities within this immediate area. That's similar to what we did with McDonald's.
Yep, actually, that was my area of concern because considering the nature of this development, it would be important that we consider a particular aspect of family orientation where we have some kind of an area where we can provide that, a recreation for some kind of family issues. So it will be good if we can discuss or address that aspect.
Yeah, actually, the path might not be as beneficial as doing an in lieu of.
Or it might be a separate one. It's the one that has a blue outline. Might have been set separately.
Yeah, it's a separate document. But in that same subfolder though.
That's it. So the area in blue depicts the area of where there's pedestrian walkways around the development or through the development, and the applicant is identifying them as possible recreation paths. Yeah. So, I mean, although this makes sense for internal pedestrian circulation, the requirements are required anyway. But I think that the fee in lieu of could be looked at as well.
Excuse me, I forget the name of the park that is 2 blocks away.
2 blocks away.
Heifer Park.
Which one?
Heifer.
Keffer. There we go. Yeah. Keffer Park's a very important park because it's one of the parks that has the summer program. I think there's only 3 or 4 summer programs that are sponsored by the Rec Commission, and we may find that the in lieu of fee would be better to benefit the Keffer Park.
Do we know, does the city have a calculation as to how to calculate the fee in lieu of? We need to look at that.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay. And of course, that's something that we can handle at final.
Yeah, and it was something that McDonald's came and made the offer, and we accepted the offer. We did not ask for a specific amount.
Which once the city is ready to demolish the old 9th and Marion station and get that project rolling, the McDonald's contribution will make a big difference for the city. Okay. So here we got that. So any comments from the commissioners?
I was just curious about one thing, Mr. Chairman. And by the way, I wanted to say, I was thinking the same as the consultant and you, that this is a major project, a lot of little things, but nothing that's an obstacle for preliminary approval, I think. So I was just curious about something. It's not directly planning related, but thinking about accessibility. So for those, I'm asking the engineer, for those buildings that are going to have second floors, I presume it's commercial space above as well. Will there be elevators or escalators, or I was just wondering.
Yeah, if those second floor areas are occupied for retail, or I'll call it non-storage, yeah, there'll have to be some kind of elevator. It'll probably be an elevator that would serve 4 or 5 units at a time, as opposed to every unit having its own. But yeah, there'll have to be some kind of elevator. Right now, the idea is they could be offices. Elevator.
I was wondering what the use what was envisioned. Okay, thank you, Tom.
Yeah, it's envisioned as retail and office, and there would be some kind of elevator facility for each of those second floor areas.
Yeah, if not for freight, at least for freight, but if not for passengers, I would think for
Correct.
passengers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments from the commissioners?
I'm just curious, how did it end up with an address that's on Third Street? There's no Third Street going through it.
That's the address we got. I think Third Street was planned to go through it, and I guess the address stuck.
Yes, there are quite a few addresses in the city that were assigned by the city
Extended in here.
that are completely different than what the post office says they are.
Yeah.
For example, I had a store at 951. I had a store at 951 Spring Street. I had to refer to the building as 1004 North 6th Street, the entrance around the corner to the building. So there are weird things like that in the city records.
Tom, is it possible that North 9th Street may have extended into the property?
Third.
North
Yeah,
3rd Street.
I'm sure. Yeah, Third
And-
Street extended in as a paper street, so did 4th Street. And I would think sometime when Glidden was active, 75, 100 years ago, there was some building in there.
Let's double check to make sure that those roads were vacated.
Oh, they're vacated for sure. Yeah.
Also, Tom, have you spoken with Chris Level regarding the addressing once everything is done? Do we want to change the address of it?
Seems to me like a address would make more sense.
Yeah, it would make sense once we get the final plan. I would think one building might have a certain address and another building a second address. I was going to tackle that at final plan.
Okay, I can at least, I can get the process started and send the preliminary plan to Chris Level and see what he recommends and get that to you.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think people would be very confused
I certainly
at a North 3rd Street address, especially if, they want to refer to it on Google
Yeah.
eventually, which I'm sure that will happen.
That's all I
Okay. Tom, do you have any other comments?
No.
Okay. Is Alan here today? No. Okay, very good.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I have a question. The waiver for the environmental impact study, is that being requested because the site has already undergone a thorough assessment, and I think it's also maybe gone through some remediation?
Exactly. Yeah, this site's it's under review now by the state. It's gone through extensive testing. It's definitely an Act 2 site, so we kind of already know all the answers.
Very good. Thank you.
And I believe the township or the city has a copy of all that information. If not, Tom, just make sure that Simon and Emily have it.
Sure.
Yeah, and I actually felt the same way because this area has been monitored for at least a year, if not 2 years.
Oh, yeah, for least, yeah.
So, okay. Very good. Then we will start off with the first waiver. Do I hear a motion to waive the environmental impact assessment report? Section 515-405.A.1.
I would
I'll move
suggest
it.
you make it subject to receipt of the state report
Mhm.
and any other documentation.
The,
I think so.
uh, okay.
What is the state waiving off future liability, environmental liability?
I think they probably come in and did reports. I haven't seen the reports. I don't know what they've issued. But if we're gonna waive it and they did it, I would ask for. If they did it, I just wanted to see
Did
to
it
have a
and
copy.
had a favorable outcome.
Presumably, yeah.
Yeah,
Provided that they seal the property.
yeah. That's a lot of caveats there, so you get those in there.
All right, I will restate the motion. Do I hear a motion to waive the environmental impact assessment report, section 515-405.A.1, subject to receiving the state environmental report and any remediation reports available on this project?
I'll move it.
Okay, Will? Nelson? Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, opposed? Very good. Next up is to waive the community and fiscal impact assessment report, section 515-405.A.2. Do I hear a motion? Peter? Okay. Was that Nelson?
Yes.
Okay. Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. Next is to waive the parking and loading impact assessment report, section 515-405.A.4. Do I hear a motion?
Yeah.
Peter?
Second.
Okay, Will? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, and then finally on the waivers, do I hear a motion to partially waive the park and recreation impact assessment report in lieu of a recreation impact fee to enhance existing park and recreation areas within the neighborhood?
So move.
I'm sorry.
Nelson?
And an amount agreed to.
Okay.
Agreed between.
The city and.
Oops. Okay, I will restate the motion. Do I hear a motion to partially waive the park and recreation impact assessment report in lieu of a recreation impact fee to enhance existing park and recreation areas within the neighborhood in an amount agreed to by the city and the applicant?
So move.
Nelson? Second? Peter? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. Next. Do I hear a motion to grant preliminary plan approval for the subdivision and land development plan for the North Reading Plaza at 1853 North 3rd Street, saldo 2603-0008, subject to the applicant resolving all issues referenced within the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated August 24th, 2026.
I'll move it.
Okay, Will? Okay, second. Peter? Question on the motion?
There's only four of us.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, very good. We have a preliminary plan approval. So I think, Tom, you're clear on what the next step is?
Yes, I'm very clear. Just to give you guys an update, we're also filing the NPDS. We're just waiting for some feedback from the state. So you may not see this plan until we get a little farther along. We clean up these items, get direct feedback from the state. We'll be back with final plan.
Okay, very good. Okay, up next, we have the Finanta Credit Union Reading Branch at 238-240 Penn Street. I'll hand it over to Jerome for the introduction of this.
Thank you. This review was issued on August 21st, 2026. This is the Finata Credit Union Subdivision and Annexation Plan. This will involve parcels that are identified as 240 Penn Street, which is 3,527 square feet. The parcel does include the existing financial institution. 238 Penn Street is 5,090 square feet, and that's an undeveloped parcel located just to the west of the site. And that is still identified as 240, or I'm sorry, 238. The residue parcel, which is located at the rear of the property or along Cherry Street, is 3,010 square feet, and that does contain an existing freestanding improved commercial lot with a building or storage area. So the purpose is to consolidate the two parcels of land that are located along Penn Street in order to provide more room for the credit union, and then subdivide the rear of the property so it has a freestanding lot that does conform with the provisions of the CC zoning district. The site is located within the CC zoning district, as mentioned. The proposed use at 240 will be a conforming use. The existing and or proposed commercial use, which is the storage facility for the residue parcel along Cherry Street, may be considered non-conforming in terms of its use, as well as the building coverage or lot coverage. So that's something that the zoning office will need to look at a little bit closer as part of the permitting process. The Public Works Department has already weighed in on the street addresses for this property. I believe that they are identified as, well, 240 is the, and what was the one on Cherry? 245. So it's 240 on Penn Street, 245 on Cherry Street. So those street addresses have been provided. They will be consolidating the lots via annexation so that it will require a new deed description for the parcels along Penn Street. And the Berks County Planning Commission has reviewed the plan. And certificate of ownership and certificate of accuracy would need to be executed. There will be no municipal improvements required for this project, nor will there be any stormwater management maintenance agreements. So this plan is ready for final approval.
Okay, and I heard that correct, that Berks County did file their comments?
Yes.
And have we received a draft deed description?
No. This is Larry Gerbach.
Oh, hi, Larry.
Hello. Give me one sec. I'm 90% sure I didn't submit that.
Okay.
And
but you're well along in preparing that.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because the longer story is that this was a lease agreement for Finanta with an option to buy, and now they're ready to buy. So that's why we're going through this. So the area that we're subdividing and annexing was an area that was leased because we needed it, because coming out of the we need a means of egress. So we had a door exit, a door pad and ramp in the 238. So,
Okay, this plan makes a lot more sense now that it's, it's,
Mhm.
at first I thought it has taken a while for it to get here, but now I understand why.
yeah, they just wanted, they had to move faster. They took the path least resistance. So I don't have a deed. I have a deed description, but I did not submit it, so I'll include that. It's done. It's just I just didn't include it.
Okay, very good. Okay, any questions from the commissioners?
I just, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
No, you first.
Oh, thank you. I just have a point of order. Mr. Chairman, I must recuse myself from voting on this item as the applicant is a client.
Hmm.
Michelle, can you send him the paperwork?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, since we won't have 4 voting members, we can still vote on this, correct?
Yes, you have a quorum present, so you have enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Okay, just make
So you
sure.
need the majority of members voting?
You have a majority of the quorum present, so. You have a quorum present, so you have a majority to vote for that, so yes.
Yep.
Excellent. Go ahead, Will.
Oh, just quickly, the property where Finanta is was formerly the property of our former colleague, Commissioner DiCarlo. And that the applicant already owned, and they were just leasing the parking lot to the west, if I'm understanding. Is that right?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so the portion of 238 Penn Street, like the northern portion, is going to be annexed
Right.
to 240, and that'll become one parcel. And
The
then
240 you already own, you were leasing 238.
correct.
God, I'm not like Chairman said, it makes sense. The residue parcel, is there vehicular storage in there? Is that being used by that apartment building immediately to the east there at Cherry Street?
That I'm not sure of.
I was just curious. It all seems like it's one. I didn't realize it was a separate property.
Yeah.
Well, there is a garage door, but I don't know if that's for vehicular use or not.
Right. That's why I was wondering. But obviously it's being leased out for storage.
What is Finanta's intended use for that back building along Cherry?
They're not using it. It's not theirs. They're not going to use it.
I'm not part of the consolidation. Oh, this is one parcel.
That's
currently.
being subdivided out of it, right?
There. Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. Got it.
Yeah, it's a little confusing.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions from the commissioners? Okay, any other comments? All right, do I hear a motion to grant preliminary final plan approval for the subdivision and annexation plan for the Finanta Credit Union located at 240 Penn Street, saldo number 2608-0014, subject to the applicant resolving all issues referenced within the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated August 24th, 2026. Okay, Peter?
Second.
Okay, Will? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, opposed? All right, very good.
So we'll note that as a 3-0 to 1 vote.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Will. I wrote it down.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Okay, you too, Larry. Okay. Next up, our review of, yeah, I got everything up there. Next up is the review of the cornerstone on 6th at 201 North 6th Street, and I will hand it over to Jerome for the update.
This plan was submitted and reviewed by my office on August 22nd, 2026. This is a final plan application for the cornerstone on 6th and Chestnut. This is an annexation and land development plan. The applicant has 10 parcels of land which are going to be consolidated into one parcel containing 44,562 square feet. There will be 46 age-restricted residential apartments for 62 years and over. There will be 52 off-street parking spaces and other site improvements. The final plan does reflect the conditions that were previously approved for the preliminary plan, and I'll touch upon some of the other issues that will be required for this project. The lighting plan has been submitted for the preliminary and final plan, and as per our requirements for exterior lighting for the off-street parking area, we had recommended that the night sky initiatives be considered for this site, in which the exterior lighting is dimmed between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. The landscaping plan was previously reviewed by the city arborist. We will make sure that they review the final plan as well. The applicant has agreed to mill and pave Plum Street, which there's a typo, from the southernmost boundary to the intersection of Chestnut. Moving forward with the review, we had asked that the applicant consider a few other things. With respects to off-street parking, we had asked that they consider at least 2 additional handicap parking spaces, since this will serve an age-qualified retirement community. And there are 3 spaces, which meets the minimum requirements of the ordinance. But again, this is for 62 years and over, and I'm sure there'll be a greater need for handicap parking spaces. The parking area, we had recommended in the past that it should consider having at least 2 designated spaces for temporary parking spaces for short-term use, meaning 30 to 60 minutes, where the parking spaces will be available for pickups and drop-offs. There will be the need we had asked that the code requirements for emergency response vehicles be further evaluated by building and trades, as well as the fire and rescue departments. So those 3 items are still in process of being reviewed. The applicant has provided for the curb and replacement as per our previous discussions. However, it appears that they left off the curb requirements along Chestnut Street, and this was apparently a requirement that was recommended previously. Moving forward, the planning modules will need to be approved by the DEP. The water supply services will also need to be verified. Fire and rescue will need to verify the fire hydrant standpipes and other emergency facilities within this area. The stormwater management plan is adequate. The Berks County Conservation District has issued their review or their letter of adequacy on June 16, 2026. The plan will require a municipal improvements agreement. The applicant has submitted draft improvements, cost estimates for the improvements. There will be stormwater management maintenance agreement required for the project as well. And that sums up everything. If the applicant is in agreement with these requirements, we would recommend final plan approval.
Mr. Chairman, the only condition I would add is that a copy of the recorded deeds be submitted.
And you could do that with the final plan the final plan itself.
Yeah, so that the city has a copy indicating that they were recorded. As long, to notify you, as long as we know that they were recorded. So just to confirm in that case, so.
Okay. Very good. And then first question here is, have you submitted your application for the sewer planning modules?
Yes, it's currently under review by DEP.
Okay. And I had another technical, no, I think that was it. Yeah, I just wanted to ensure that. Very good. Any questions from the commissioners?
I have a quick question.
Okay.
For those, the no parking areas by the
On
by the
Sixth Street?
curb, on the street, off of the curb cut, because that curb cut is changing from what's currently there.
That's correct.
I can send you an email, but we're gonna probably need to pass that through council just to approve the new no parking areas.
Sure.
But I'll send you an email.
Okay.
Okay. Great. Anything from the commissioners?
Do you have the sample agreements?
Yes.
Okay.
They're drafted as well as the consolidated property description to go with the deed. So I will send those over.
I'm sorry, sir, I forgot your name.
Bill Fredericks, RGS Associates,
Okay.
civil engineer for the project.
Okay, Bill, do you have any questions or comments?
So just through the letter, as Jerome brought up, no issues with me with the fire department. We did actually discuss the Chestnut Street. Part of the avoidance of that is just because it's a PennDOT road. Looking up the requirements, it is face of curb to face of curb. We are doing sidewalk improvements regardless, so I believe we can accommodate the sidewalk and the curb at the same time. As long as we're not encroaching on that pavement, I think we can avoid the PennDOT permit. In comment 9 regarding the handicap and the additional internal short term, again, appreciate the comment. We are a PHFA funded project, which has its own list of criteria. I know it sounds kind of backwards to say that you can't add additional handicap parking, but we do get reviewed by PHFA as part of our application. So appreciate the comment. As Jerome noted, we do meet the minimum for handicap accessible. So if it's okay with the commission, we would like to keep the 3 handicap at this point. It's not a big parking lot. There is access to the front door.
Can you provide the planning office with that documentation?
From PHFA?
Yes.
Yes.
And now my question is replacing the curb will require a PennDOT permit?
The curb along Chestnut, more than likely, yes.
Okay. If we don't encroach on the pavement? So my understanding, it was PennDOT owns face a curb to face a curb.
Don, do you have anything to weigh in on that one?
Yeah, they own within the right of way, so it's more than just the carway.
Okay, so yeah, that requires a PennDOT permit. Usually the right of way in Pennsylvania is what, 30 feet on each side?
It varies.
It's not all standard. It's not a township or a typical municipal 50 foot or 33. Again, we looked it up. My understanding, it was face curb to face curb. Again, we would like to avoid PennDOT at all costs.
Yeah.
There is nothing else in this particular plan that kicks us into an HOP. There's no utility HOPs or access point HOPs.
Don, is there any way we can assist
Yeah, I mean, I have a contact. I don't know if you want me to do it, but I mean, I can ask her. Or you can ask her. What would you like to do?
Maybe a conference call with the PennDOT representative, and just to let them know that this is not only just the applicant's project, it's also the city's project, or project in a way as well.
Okay, so so possibly advocate somewhat with our PennDOT contact.
Yeah, and this could also then be put on as a later phase, maybe, that we would approve the plan subject to the PennDOT HOP being granted, and then the improvements being completed when the HOP is granted.
I was going to recommend defer it until HOP approval.
If that's what you all want to do, that's fine. If there's not a whole lot of work being done outside of the cartway, I don't know that it's going to be a difficult permit. But I will get the answer whether or not the permit is required.
Yeah, I would appreciate that, Don. That would work out best for this project to make it. I mean, the curb is somewhat in deplorable condition along that segment.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. So we'll figure that out.
I do have one more
Go
thing. Just talking about the sidewalk, it occurred to me that we've got brick sidewalk there that really needs to be reset. Could be replaced. Has that issue been addressed in the review letter? Is that something we can talk about now?
Yeah, so our revised plan that's up on the board, the brick banding currently, it kind of varies. And as you said, it's kind of broken up there. But we are revising that brick banding to be along the curb line where the tree pits would go for the trees.
Yes.
And then along the building to create a more smooth walking surface would be regular concrete sidewalk. So you have brick banding on 6th Street going up, which is close to what's there now. I think the brick banding is a little wider. I think it goes to the building. In discussions, we talked about just doing it along the curb line. I think it's 5 feet wide, aligned with the tree pits. And then after 5 feet and up to the building, it would be regular sidewalk to help with accessibility.
I do recall talking about that. That does sound good.
Okay. Very good. Any other questions about this? Okay, hearing none. Do I hear a motion to grant final plan approval for the annexation and land development plan for the Cornerstone on 6th and Chestnut, located at 201 North 6th Street, Saldo number 2608-0015, subject to the applicant resolving all issues referenced within the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated August 22nd, 2026, and submission of the copy of the recorded deed, and a submission of the HOP approval on Chestnut Street if required.
And also, Mr. Chairman, the documentation from the PHFA.
Oh, yes.
And then we have the municipal improvements agreement and the cost estimates subcategories or reflect out the Chestnut Street improvements separately.
PennDOT requires it.
HOP approval. Documentation from PHFA. There we go. Okay. So I will restate the motion. Do I hear a motion to grant final plan approval for the annexation and land development plan for the Cornerstone on Sixth and Chestnut Streets located at 201 North Sixth Street, saldo number 2608-0015, subject to the applicant resolving all issues referenced within the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated August 22nd, 2026. A copy of the recorded deed, submission of a copy of the recorded deed, submission of the HOP approval if required, and documentation from the PHFA concerning parking.
So move.
Okay, Nelson?
Second.
Okay, Will? Cool. Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, very good. And then do I hear a motion to authorize the chairman of the planning commission to execute the municipal improvements agreement and the stormwater management maintenance agreement?
So move.
Peter? Nelson? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, the ayes have it. Very good. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully this should go pretty smoothly for you, and we can get this project actually with a bunch of carpenters and stuff inside. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So just real quick before we move on to the next item, F and G are the same project. They were just listed on the agenda twice.
I thought so.
Yes, just given two different names. Let me move on to that, in fact. So the next plan is for 220 Center Avenue, also known as the Ferrara Sotomayor annexation plan. This is a little bit of catch-up here, we can say, since the work on this land has been at least 5, if not 6 years old. This was my mother-in-law's doctor, Dr. Sotomayor, and I think they did a beautiful job on what they did, but we're now playing catch up here because we're now requiring an annexation. So I will turn it over to Jerome for an introduction to this.
Okay. This plan was reviewed on August 21st, 2026. This is the Ferreras Sotomayor annexation plan. This will involve parcels of land located at 1220 Center Avenue, which is also two tracts of land or per parts containing 15,246 cumulative square foot with an improved commercial use and building. 117 West Marion Street is also two per parts or two parcels of land contained in the same deed, which contain 11,326 cumulative square feet of land, which include an improved off-street parking area. These parcels of land will be joined in common deed via annexation. We had asked that the applicant provide the common deed description, and they have done that, and so we have that on record now for this project. We had also asked that Public Works consider the street addresses for the property, which I think will be a no-brainer to be retained as 1220 Center Avenue. That will be verified. The plan was reviewed, I believe, by the Berks County Planning Commission. There are no further comments. There will be no municipal improvements agreement or stormwater management maintenance agreement for this project So everything appears to be in order.
So, we did receive the percent, okay, because I was looking for them on the FTP site. I couldn't find them. So, okay. And John, you have the draft deed description ready?
Jerome earlier today, process as a one-overall description.
What, we can't hear, sorry.
Yeah, we can't hear anything.
I assumed it was on, my bad. So the combined description will be given to Dr. Ferreras for his attorney to prepare and execute and record at the courthouse.
And Mr. Chairman, just as with the other plan, just either provide copies to the city or let them know that it was received, that they were recorded so they can download them.
Oh, okay.
We just want to confirm.
That's fine.
Unfortunately, we have to release the plan and we don't always get the deeds recorded, so we just need confirmation.
Not a problem.
Okay, any questions from the commissioners? Yeah, this is a pretty simple one, especially since, like I said, it's been sitting there for about 6 years already. But this is a way to clear up any legal things that might come up in the future, especially since Dr. Ferreras and Dr. Sotomayor are they might not be quite ready for retirement, but they might be thinking, you know, on for the next step in their career or lives. So, okay. Anything else? Any other comments? Okay. Do I hear a motion to grant preliminary final plan approval for the Ferreras Sotomayor annexation plan located at 1220 Center Avenue, Saldo number 2608-0016, subject to the applicant resolving all issues referenced within the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated August 21st, 2026, and that a copy of the recorded deed is provided.
So
Okay,
move.
Peter? Nelson? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Commission, thank you very much.
Okay, well, thank you, John. It's
Thank
always
you.
a pleasure to see you.
I had you first.
Okay, next up, we have a few escrow reduction reports. The first one is for the Reading School District Reservoir Field Land Development Plan, and I'll turn it over to Jerome for the update.
This review was completed on August 18th, 2026. This is for the municipal improvements escrow reduction for the Reading School District Reservoir Field. As you may recall, this included site improvements that would included stormwater management, erosion and sedimentation control, curbs and sidewalks, and improvements to the rear access road around the facility, all of which have been accomplished over time. They've been completed satisfactorily. They've been completed and they have been observed for at least 18 months. Let's see what else. The Planning Commission did initially review and approve the plan back in December 19th, 2023. We feel that there's no need for an 18-month maintenance period on this property since the improvements have been completed in over time, and it's been about 18 months. And secondly, this is on the City of Reading's parkland as well. So it's on our own land. But having said that, I think we can release all the funds that are being held or in one way or another, which was $174,398 and couldn't be released or reduced down to zero, since I'm not recommending a 18-month maintenance period.
Did this require a stormwater maintenance agreement? Should
It-
it require a stormwater
It
maintenance? agreement?
did.
I would condition. I don't think we ever got them.
I don't think it was signed, but it was required.
Yeah. My recommendation would be condition if any release on receipt of a signed stormwater management agreement. Doesn't require any escrow. And do we know if the plan was signed?
I think that this one was, but I think it needs to be checked by planning staff.
This plan was, I think this plan was signed, I remember, if I remember, this plan was signed and it was recorded. There was a time when the county was very interested and we worked with them to have it signed and recorded.
I was asking because if it had not, I was going to recommend reaffirmation, but
I think this one was.
okay. I would also condition any release on submission of an as-built.
Yeah, they do us the as-built plans. And those will be recorded as well.
Do they need to be reaffirmed to do that?
No.
Okay. Any questions from the commissioners on this project? Is there anyone here representing this project?
Aristides Otero with Wilkinson Design Group. Also on screen is Jesse Lisowitz, who's with the Reading School District. If you guys aren't all aware, Mr. Garris Wayne is no longer with the district, so Jesse's got big shoes to fill, and he's certainly jumped in full throttle on a lot of these outstanding items. But I will relay, Mike Sodal from our office was the engineer project manager for Reservoir Field. I will have him follow up with any outstanding items. If there already was a stormwater agreement that was to be executed and wasn't, we can get that taken care of, and I'll check in on as-built.
Okay, very good. Okay, any other questions or comments for Aristides? Okay, with that, let me see here. I'm just double checking my numbers here. Yep. Okay. Do I hear a motion to release the escrow amount of $174,398 or any portion remaining thereof for the Reading School District Reservoir Field Land Development Project, saldo number 2023-114. Once the conditions are met, detailed in the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated August 18th, 2026. This escrow will then be considered a final release closing this account. The applicant will also need to submit a signed stormwater agreement and a receipt of and submit the as-built plans. Do I hear a motion?
I'll move it.
Okay, Peter, and I'll take Will as the second. Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
The school district now has a almost $174,000 once they finish their few minor items. Okay, next up is the final improvements and escrow reduction report for the Reading School District STEM Academy on 9th and Windsor. I'll turn it over to Jerome.
Okay, this review was issued on August 18, 2026. There will be a quiz afterwards. This will be escrow release number 4. The original escrow account for the construction costs were $2,106,600. We already considered escrow releases 1, 2, and 3, which reduced the amounts to by $2,027,780, which left the remaining balance of $78,820. Over the past 7 months, my office has verified that the curbs, sidewalks, and ramps have been completed as per the requirements specified. Therefore, the $78,820 or the remaining amount can be released. The land development plan was approved back in 2022, last reaffirmed on 2023. We need to verify if the plan was recorded. And
It was.
It was? Okay, good. We'll come back to that then. The plan will require a maintenance period. This will be an 18-month maintenance period, which will require at least 15%, which will be $315,990, which shall be held for an 18-month period to ensure that all the improvements that have been required have been satisfactorily completed during that period of time. As-built plans will also be required. The NPDES permit for this property has now been completed, and all the information has been filed or submitted to us. So that's now on file. And the only thing that we had left was that the PennDOT HOP requirements for this project along 9th Street, just to make sure that those are all been completed, and we need just some evidence that PennDOT has approved those. We do acknowledge that there were traffic control signs that were put up, but we just want to make sure that any line requirements by PennDOT or any street markings or vehicle accessibility restrictions be coordinated with the city prior to the project being, I guess, completed in total, and that an additional $10,000 be reserved during the 18-month maintenance period. So there's still some things to do during the 18-month review period, as I had mentioned. But for the most part, the construction costs have been satisfactorily completed or substantially completed in accordance with the approved plan.
Okay, so the total amount withheld will be $325,990.
Mr. Chairman, respectfully, it'd be the total amount submitted. We never received an escrow for this.
I used the word reduction.
Okay.
We do have a signed stormwater management agreement, which was not recorded because we were waiting for submission of the improvements agreement that was revised numerous times to reflect the prior reductions. So I would also recommend that the 18-month maintenance period does not commence until either we have a revised improvements agreement executed or a maintenance agreement executed and that escrow provided. These were conditions of approval, so the school district will be in violation of those approval conditions.
Understood. So yeah, I can tell you that the land development plans themselves had been recorded. I believe, actually, Jesse, I'll kind of turn it over to you, let you introduce yourself. I know you've been working and provided the signed and notarized stormwater management and improvements agreements, and you were working with the school's financial institution to secure the letters of credit for this, if necessary, depending on what the final number is, as well as some other projects within the district. So I'll let you introduce yourself.
Sure. Thank you very much to the commission for allowing us to be here tonight. As Aristides had mentioned, we are in the final stages of applying for the letters of credit. We had returned to the financial institution that we're working with, which is Santander, a draft pledge agreement for their consideration. So as soon as they agree to the terms that we're recommending in the pledge agreement, the letters of credit will be issued for this project as well as two others that we've been communicating with relative to 12th and Marion and Northeast. So hopefully that will be by the end of the week. The modifications that we had recommended were minor. So that's the update I can give with respect to letters of credit on this project.
So, and I believe agreements are, you can correct me if I'm wrong, in the city's hands for STEM and the other two projects.
That's correct. Yep.
And so
Yeah,
I think we recognize the city's holding those until the letters of credit are established and posted.
Yes, we have the agreements for STEM, Northeast Middle School, and 12th and Marion, I believe. And so we're just like Aristides said, we're just waiting on the letters of credit before we release those, but those you already signed.
Yes, I signed those last week, Aristides. So we're good. We're ready for you.
Greatly appreciated. Back to STEM, as Jerome noted, we did just get a final NOT for the NPDS permit from the Conservation District. I shared that with Emily, and I believe she shared that with everybody here. As part of that NOT package, there's a requirement for an as-built survey. I can certainly provide that as an independent plan. Just let me know who all I should copy on that.
And this may be a question for Jesse. So is the plan for you to submit the letters of credit for the amount in the improvements agreement, and then we'll release all but the 315,000 rough number?
Aristides, go ahead.
No, I think when Wayne departed and the school district and Jesse stepped up to say, okay, what do we got to do? The amount, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Jesse, because it's been back and forth. The amount applied for the letter of credit for STEM was based on the last correspondence we received from Jerome, which was a reduction in the amount needed to be posted. So I don't know what that number is off of the top of my head, but my guess it was at or around what you guys are talking about. I can't remember.
I'm actually trying to pull that document right now if I can.
Yeah.
The last reduction with a third reduction was down to 78,820. And then we're suggesting that that amount be then reduced to a zero line item. We would require 15% for the maintenance, the construction cost maintenance, which would be $315,990. We would require $10,000 for future inspections, and you are required to still do the as-built plan and any other documents Michelle says you need to record.
Yeah, so I guess my question is twofold. Is this letter, you said 78,000?
Yeah, 78,820.
If that's all the letter of credit is for, we're going to need additional funds for the maintenance period. So I want to make sure we have those funds.
So I have a question. That 15%, which is 300 and I forget what you said, 378, something like that, or no, I'm mixing them.
Roughly 315.
That's for the entire site?
Construction cost. It's
The entire
15%
construction cost.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't want us to get a letter of credit for $78,000 and then have to come back and track down for funds for the maintenance.
Yeah.
When we had applied for the letter of credit, it was back in July. We had applied for 470,800. So it sounds like that would be the 78 plus around.
That sounds roughly enough, but as long as there is sufficient amount in there for us to hold the 315 plus 10, 325,000, I'm comfortable. So the reduction tonight would be to that amount. So whatever we get, we'll reduce it to the 325. I just wanted to make sure we weren't getting one for 75 and we actually needed 315, so.
So item
Right.
10 and 11 on the review letter would be the amounts moving forward that will be retained. Everything else before that would be released.
And that number, the 470,000, is what's set forth in the land development improvement and maintenance agreement. So that's where I'm pulling that number from.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's just for the stem, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And believe it or not, it's 2,106,000.
That's the total. Yep.
Yep.
So any consideration of granting the request or the recommendation for the relief would be retention of the 315 for maintenance and the 10,000 for future inspections. And Aristides, I do want to thank you. You have been on top of this project.
Was there any confusion, Aristides, with the numbers? Did you see
There's
any,
never confusion with numbers, of course. No, this, had this been accomplished back in 2023 when the land development plan was originally approved and prior to construction, this would have been a heck of a lot easier to track. I appreciate the city working with us and the school district to recognize they aren't going anywhere and throughout inspections saying, hey, yeah, this has been accomplished and achieved. We don't need the full 2 million plus escrow. So we do appreciate that. And sounds like the school district's on the cusp of getting the LOCs.
the good news is the project looks all the improvements look very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll also mention that I drove by with my daughter last week and she was very impressed. She's like, gee, could have had something like this when I was in high school.
I didn't have air conditioning in my high school, but that's a different story.
No, I didn't either.
You can say no, but since we're talking about school district projects, we did briefly mention the other two, which letters of credit are, if I'm correct, hopefully obtained by the end of the week. These are projects where plans, signed, sealed plans, as well as improvements agreement and stormwater management agreements are in City Hall. I'm not sure if those were also executed or endorsed by the city and being held until letters of credit are posted. Is that what I understand? That they're just being held waiting for the LOCs? Or escrow?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Go ahead.
Has it been more than 90 days? Because we should probably reaffirm those. So you can record them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure when the city signed them.
Okay.
As you're aware, both of those projects had commenced. And I understand that permits, including zoning permit, are being held until those escrows have been received by the city. Just wondering if there's anything that we can do to allow stuff to keep moving forward. I know that the project construction timeline is at a point where they were hoping to get foundations set for the 12th and Marion project before winter sets in, and they're up against it. They've stopped, but just trying to see if there's a way that they can keep doing something.
I don't think that's, I mean, what we're hearing is we're going to get the letter of credits by Friday. So I don't think that's necessary.
Okay.
And
They're good on my end.
Yeah, I think once we get those letters of credit in hand, we can start releasing some of those permits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just-
Any other questions?
Just a quick one. There was an email earlier today around 3 o'clock talking about NPDES permits being terminated from the STEM project. I didn't have a copy. I don't know. Can you talk about a little bit about that?
Yeah, they've obtained the approvals and the project has been completed. So
Correct.
notice of termination.
So to do that, we need to prepare as-built surveys showing that the constructed facilities and stormwater BMPs or SCMs now meet the design and requirements of both DEP and by nature the city of Reading. We also recorded a declaration of covenants and was it easements, restrictions, which indicates that the property owner is responsible for the perpetual maintenance and operation of those facilities. So that's been recorded. That's what's required for the Conservation District and DEP to successfully terminate the permit. So now the onus is just on the school district to keep them in working order.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay.
I have a question.
Sure, well.
How did the first day go at the new STEM school?
Wonderful. Rave reviews from parents, students, and faculty alike. So a success. Thank you for asking.
That's good to hear. Okay, with that, do I hear a motion to release the escrow amount of $78,820 or any portion remaining thereof for the Reading School District High School STEM Academy, saldo number 2022-112, once the conditions are met detailed in the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated August 18th, 2026. An amount of $325,990 will, let's try that again. An amount of $325,990 will be retained as part of the required 18-month maintenance period for this development. Also, a revised maintenance agreement will be submitted.
we're not going to require the revised maintenance agreement.
Okay, great.
That had we not had signed agreements and it was going to take any longer, that was going to be my condition. So we're okay without that.
Okay, sounds great. One less piece of paperwork. I'm sure the school district's glad to hear about that. Okay, so to restate the motion, do I hear a motion to release the escrow amount of $78,820 or any portion remaining thereof for the Reading School District High School STEM Academy, saldo number 2022-112, once the conditions are met, detailed in the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated August 18th, 2026, an amount of $325,990 will be retained as part of the required 18-month maintenance period for this development.
So move.
Okay. Nelson? Okay. Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Okay. The ayes have it. Very good. Well, thank you very much. And,
Mr. Chairman.
yes.
Aristides, would you like to ask for reaffirmation of those two plans if needed to allow for them to be released for executed and released for recording or to be accepted for recording?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure the dates, but yeah, if the dates on the plans for 12th and Marion and Northeast Middle School conditionally approved land development plans has passed 90 days, I'd formally request the city consider reaffirming those.
Mr. Chairman, we have another escrow release to consider, and then you have reaffirmation, so we could amend the agenda at that time to include those two projects.
Okay, sounds great.
Just a general question. If an applicant does not use all of the escrow funds for a maintenance agreement, an 18-month, they can apply to have the remainder released?
Yes, so that those funds are held by the city that should issue a rise, the city has to come in and make any corrections. At the end of that 18-month maintenance period, if there's been nothing done or if there's been a portion and there's a portion remaining, they can ask for the release at that time.
Right. And I know it's like for landscaping and that, and it's that long in case something goes wrong with the first planting, there's another season for example, and that sort of thing. But so they the applicant then might come before us for a reduction if they don't use all the funds then. Very well. Thank you.
Thanks again.
Thank you all.
Okay, Rusties, I have the information I need to make the motions for the reaffirmations.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
So we will take care of those a little bit later on in the meeting. So unless you have any other, the school district has any other business, I don't think there's any reason to stick around. Unless you feel like it, of course.
I mean, I was going to come in, so no, I think we're good. I hope to see some of you Thursday for an upcoming project within the school district, and hopefully this one goes smoothly. It's a big one, so looking forward to another exciting building.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Okay. Okay, now on to the next one. Okay, next up we have the final inspection and escrow reduction report for the McDonald's restaurant at 9th and Spring. And I'll turn it over to Jerome for the update.
Okay, thank you. This inspection report is dated August 19th, 2026. This is for the McDonald's restaurant located at 901 Spring Street. This is for their comprehensive improvements that they did on the site. It involves 26,640 square foot of the restaurant facility itself. The original escrow account was in the amount of $390,240.22. Of that total, $319,127.75 was earmarked for construction costs. During the last 12 months, the site improvements were substantially completed by the applicant, in which at this time we feel that the $319,127.75 can be released as part of release or reduction number one. There were site improvements that were required along North 9th Street as well as Spring Street that were part of the PennDOT HOP, which were held separately in terms of their agreement. So we did not have hold funds for the PennDOT HOP work. We do need verification, though, that the PennDOT HOP requirements have been completed to the satisfaction of PennDOT. Fire and Rescue would also need to verify if their portions of the plan for site accessibility improvements have also been completed. Moving forward, we do recommend that the $5,000 that was earmarked or promised for neighborhood park improvements would be directed to the appropriate agencies within the city of Reading so that they are held separately for the purposes of park and recreation improvements. There will be as-built plan requirements for this project that need to be submitted and recorded. There will be a 18-month maintenance period, which we agreed to at our last meeting to be in the amount of $5,000 for the 18-month period. I think that was reflected in the minutes. If that's incorrect, then we need to make the adjustment. We also recommended that $5,000 be also established for the inspections that will be required during the course of the 18-month review period. So all in all, there will be $10,000 in maintenance funds over the next 18 months, $5,000 that goes for recreation improvements, and that should do it. If those numbers are consistent with what was part of the meeting minutes from last time. $5,000 goes to the rec, $5,000 would be held for the maintenance period, and $5,000 would be held for inspections. So total $15,000. I think they did. I think they paid the $5,000 and it's been directed to the right place.
Yeah, the 5,000 was received already and it has been submitted.
That's good. Then we can take that one off. And then we're down to $5,000 for the maintenance and $5,000 for the inspections. If that's consistent with what we agreed to last month. I think it is.
Any questions from the commissioners?
Yes, when does the 18-month maintenance plan begin to toll for this project?
It would start today. Oh, yeah, whenever the agreement's signed, or yeah,
Say when as-built are received.
As-bills were received today.
Today.
Oh, well, gee, that works out well. Is there anyone here for this project? Okay, very good.
Will, I cannot answer your question that you had suggested for the line painting that was done on either street, both Spring and 9th. Both of them are PennDOT streets, and I don't know if Don has anything further to add, but it was not, I don't know if it was something that was done by Public Works or someone else.
Okay. Typically, the Reading Parking Authority does the painting of the lines on the streets. When I went out there and looked at it, I sent an email. I didn't see anything that looked unusual. What I saw there was what I see a lot of places in the city. I don't know if there's something that was done that was not shown in the permit, which I assume the applicant applied for. Personally, I'm not concerned with what I see, but if others are concerned, I'll be happy to take some kind of action.
Yeah, thank you. Just so everyone knows what we're talking about, what I noticed in the 900 block of Spring Street, both, excuse me, on the west side of Clover Street where this parcel is located and on the east side as well are parking signs that say no parking, yet the street is lined for parking and people are parking in it, which I don't have a problem with them parking in lined spaces. I just wasn't clear what was going on.
Uh,
But thank you. Mm.
Okay, so obviously I wasn't aware of the specific issue. So I will follow up with that.
Okay, thank you, Don.
Thank you. Mm.
Okay, any other questions or comments on this project? Okay. Do I hear a motion to release the escrow amount of $319,127.75 or any portion remaining thereof for the McDonald's restaurant located at the northeast corner of 9th and Spring Streets, saldo number 2407-0009. Once the conditions are met, detailed in the review letter issued by Hawk Valley Associates dated August 19th, 2026, an amount of $10,000 will be retained as part of the required 18-month maintenance and inspections period for this development.
So move.
Okay, Nelson?
A second.
Peter? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, very good. It's a good thing I write these things out ahead of time.
Thank you. Rewind the tape.
Yeah, right. Okay, now we are up to plans requiring reaffirmation. And should we amend the agenda now or?
Up to you. You can do it now.
Okay. Okay, do I hear a motion to amend the agenda for section 7, plans requiring reaffirmation, adding the Reading School District project at 12th, elementary school at 12th and Marion, saldo number 2509-0019, and the Northwest Middle School, Northeast, you're right. That is the Northeast Middle School. Saldo number 2601-0001. Okay,
You got it.
Peter?
Second.
Okay, and okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, very good. We have amended our agenda. Now we can go through this section. Okay. So are there any comments by staff on any of these projects?
No, they're all just missed the deadline by like a week or so. So we need the reaffirmation. They're all ready to be recorded. They've
Okay.
been signed and everything.
Very good.
Do you have agreements on all of any that require them?
I think the only one we need is for the TMC lot,
I
but
thought-
we haven't gotten the final plans.
38 South 8th Battery.
Oh, and that one too, we haven't received, but we keep receiving inquiries regarding their permits and such, and we keep reminding them of the need for the agreements. So the reaffirmation is just, hoping that they get the agreements in, and that way we can just get everything signed and everything kind of squared away.
Okay, thank you. It's just, and I.
Yeah, that one we're still pending. We're just reaffirming with the hopes that they submit it soon,
Within the next 90 days. So we don't.
within the next 90 days.
Thank you.
Very good. Let's see here.
And just for actually 138 South 8th Street, they were approved at the June meeting. So technically they have until September 21st. So I don't know if you want to do the next reaffirmation from today's date, or I don't know how you want to do that, but just, they technically still have a month, but
The reaffirmation would be from today's date, the date in the minutes reflecting their reaffirmation.
okay, sounds good.
Great. Okay, first one up is the Sixth and Spring parking lot. Any comments from the commissioners? Okay, this project is finished. Looks very nice, and it is being used.
Yes.
So do I hear a motion to reaffirm the preliminary final plan approval for Sixth and Spring parking lot land development plan PC number 2022-108, originally conditionally approved on August 23rd, 2022, resolution numbered 49-2022, and reaffirmed on April 28th, 2026.
I'll move it.
Okay, Will?
Second.
Okay, Nelson? Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. Next up is the,
And that, sorry, that project was years before 2022 that we were considering it, right? It came before us for a long time.
well, yeah, and I forget if that saldo number is just the subdivision, because he actually had his plan submission on this back in 2017, because I just opened the store. And they couldn't get the stormwater correct, because the first submission, the stormwater, what the engineer was proposing for the stormwater would have made the project needlessly expensive. Luckily, they found another engineer. Okay, next up is the TMC 1 lot consolidation at 743 Thorn Street. This is the parking lot that will be associated with the Platinum Bar and Grill, or whatever it is, that on Douglas Street. Do I hear a motion to reaffirm the preliminary final plan approval for the TMC 1 lot consolidation plan located at 743 Thorn Street, saldo number 2507-0015, originally conditionally approved on August 26th, 2025, resolution number 2025-56. Okay, Peter?
Second.
Okay, second. Nelson? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay.
And just a quick comment on that project. Council did approve both removing the small portion from the Center Park Historic District and the no parking area. And the no parking area was effective on the 21st.
Okay. So many parts of that
believe those
project are
were
taken care of.
Yeah, I believe those were the final conditions of their approval. So they're ready to get everything in to sign and record.
Okay, great. Next up is the Eternity Youth Adult Daycare Center at 118 South 9th Street. Do I hear a motion to reaffirm the preliminary final plan approval for the Eternity Youth Adult Daycare Center located at 118 South 9th Street, saldo number 2602-0003, originally conditionally approved on April 28th, 2026, resolution number 2026-32.
So move.
Okay, Nelson? Okay, second? Peter? Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, the ayes have it. That goes over there. Okay, next up, we have the reaffirmation of 138 South 8th Street Annexation and Land Development Plan. Do I hear a motion to reaffirm the preliminary final plan approval for the 138 South 8th Street Annexation and Land Development Plan, PC number 2023-117, originally conditionally approved on March 26, 2024, resolution number 21-2024, and reaffirmed on April 28, 2026. Peter? Okay, second?
Second.
Okay, Dennison? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. All right, next up is the renovations at 12th and Marion Elementary School. Do I hear a motion to reaffirm the final land development plan for the 12th and Marion Elementary School, saldo number 2509-0019?
Yep.
Okay, Peter? Okay, second?
Second.
Okay, Will? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. And then next up, we have the parking lot at the Northeast Middle School. Do I hear a motion to reaffirm the preliminary final plan approval for the Northeast Middle School, saldo number 2601-0001?
Yes.
Peter?
So move.
Nelson? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, opposed? Very good. All right, we're getting there. Okay, do I hear, okay, next up are the plans requiring time extensions. There any comments from staff on this 324 Bartlett Street? This is the one where we have concerns that the neighbors are driving through the yard to get to park in front of their house.
And some don't have frontage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a solution, but.
Yes, we did get a request from Larry, who was requesting us to extend this plan. From today, he wanted us to extend it to November 25th of this year.
Yeah, these can be very sticky situations when you're trying to deal with your neighbors sometimes. So, do I hear a motion to extend the review period of 324 Bartlett Street, saldo number 2603-0007 until November 25th, 2026? The plan was last reviewed March 24th, 2026.
I'll do
Okay,
that.
Peter?
Second.
Okay, Will? Question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, very good. Next up, we have a request for another letter of support from West Reading. Does anyone have any comments on this?
West Reading did send us a letter of request. They would like the planning commission to consider giving them a letter of request to apply for a grant that is going to help them to establish cameras along their streets. And the request is the planning commission to consider so that they can officially submit our letter of support as part of the application process.
Did they say where the cameras would go?
They're going to be at the Bicentennial House and the basketball and pickleball courts.
Which is the part, Mr. Chairman, that's in the city of Reading?
Yeah,
Mhm.
is Bicentennial House in the city?
I don't know.
I serve the Bicentennial House, but I know the pickleball courts are within the
Pickleball
city.
courts.
Right. I don't know about the Bicentennial House, but definitely the courts, yeah. So
Yeah.
now it makes sense why they're asking that. Okay.
And then just for clarification, it's a letter of consistency, not a letter of support. And we use it interchangeably, but specifically, it's a letter of consistency.
And meaning, Mr. Chairman, it's consistent with our comprehensive plan and saldo, et cetera.
Yeah, yeah. The DCED like splitting hairs sometimes, I think. Okay, do I hear a motion to authorize staff to prepare a letter of consistency for West Reading's DCED grant application to upgrade its surveillance cameras in West Reading Park?
So move.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I'll take Peter and Nelson. Okay, question on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. Okay, now we're up to the updates on our zoning ordinance amendments. Who would like to take this one?
We just included this up here for us to provide updates to the Planning Commission about the data center ordinances. We did have a meeting in our August 18th meeting, and basically we have a draft that we are reviewing right now. We are still receiving comments on this, so if any one of us have comments that you would like to share, we are open to receiving that. The plan is to have a meeting next month on 2nd at 11 o'clock so that we can continue discussing any additions that may have come through during this season. The beekeeping ordinance, we did have a presentation to council last week, and we were discussing, basically presenting for adoption. This ordinance was completed last year, but the conversation was held because of because the team was supposed to work on
So a condition of it moving to council was to agree on a signage design that they would be basically given a standardized sign that they would have to place on, their front window or something like that to basically alert people walking by that there is an active hive in their backyard. And so that, just with staffing and things like that, and, just different projects in the city, it kind of went back and forth. We finally got clarification and confirmation on what type of design they wanted, and so that moved forward. I haven't been able to check, so I don't know exactly when that'll be up for a vote. But it was beekeeping and home occupation was considered at last week's council meeting. The home occupation, again, there were some minor changes. We made references to the noise ordinance. We also, but the main purpose of that ordinance amendment was removing a line that prevented the zoning office from charging a fee on those permit applications. Council had approved to include those in the fee schedule back in 2024, I believe. But without this ordinance amendment, they weren't able to actually charge the fee because it specifically said it would be at no charge. So that was the main purpose of that ordinance amendment. Then we just tweaked it a little bit per Berks County comments.
I just have a comment on the beekeeping thing, and I think I brought this up before, but my window is very far from the front sidewalk, and the bees are in the front yard. I have bees, and so you will see the bees long before you see my sign. Is there a weatherproof sign that I could put?
I think if you want to contact Public Works, I can get you the contact for the sign person. and see if, because I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if Dawn knows the answer or not. But we do have a sign person. I'm sure there's probably some sort of fee associated, and we can create a sign for you, or we can get you the image and you can create your own sign. Like
I have purchased a
weatherproof.
sign and it's
Yeah.
there, but it's not the official sign, so.
Yeah.
But all right, if I could get the graphics, I'm sure I could laminate something.
Yeah, we can do that. But once this ordinance does come, I'm hoping that they'll adopt it probably at their next meeting if they haven't yet. You will need to submit a zoning permit for it.
I do want to, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
So once you submit that permit and it, so long as it meets everything, then we can give you the graphic and then you can create one and laminate it or.
When is the permit required? When is this going to affect?
Once the ordinance is adopted and in effect, then you could submit the zoning permit application.
Thank you. Thank you, Emily.
Yeah, right.
The CC zoning district amendment, we are having conversations right now, and there is a proposal to amend the condition, to amend the allowed users within the CC zoning district. This has not yet come to the planning commission yet. We're having a meeting tomorrow, and after that, this is going to come to you for your review. On the parking and loading ordinances, at this point, we still have those ordinances pending. We have not yet moved forward. The desire was to have DCED review these ordinances, and we have so far received their feedback. From this point, we are going to move forward to either include or discuss this feedback before we release the ordinance to move forward. But at this point, these ordinances are still pending at this point. The zoning map amendment was basically improved where the TOD ordinance was, TOD overlay was added. That was submitted to the county, and we are awaiting their final review before we finalize or we discuss it. That's all about the ordinances.
Do we have a date for the next working group for the data center?
Yes. September 2nd at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Yes.
Go for me.
Actually, the last meeting was very interesting. So I'm sure we'll have another interesting meeting concerning data centers. Next up, we have our reports. Peter, anything from Blighted Property Review Board?
Nothing new to report, just continuing with the pattern of meetings and determinations and et cetera.
Okay, and as Simon mentioned, the Data Center Working Group will get together on September 2nd to review any changes we have made, and I'm sure Jerome's thinking hard about these things.
I think Emily's got to listen to our workshop meeting in its entirety.
One thing I did want to bring up, since we were talking about parking and loading ordinances, I saw on 6 ABC News, it's still actually up on their website, that Philadelphia has these things called smart loading zones that I'm not sure if you pay with an app or they have cameras that keep track of you, and you just apply for a permit, you pull up. I think the how it works is that the camera takes a picture of your license plate. If you have a permit to be in the loading zone, you're good to go. And they charge for, what is it, every 10 minutes. So it's quite interesting again that you know, we're getting more and more technology to keep track of these things. So it might be something that we need to consider in the future. Not this round. Okay, do we have any public comment? Okay, hearing none. Okay, the upcoming meetings, our next workshop meeting is September 15th, 2026 at 6 p.m. The topic is going to be historic restorations and a few things related to the Harb and things like that. I'm going to double check, make sure that Mike Lauder can come. And then, because I forgot to take a look at that email again about specifics, but I'm looking forward to that. Then our regular meeting will be September 22nd at 2026 at 6 p.m. Both of those meetings are here in council chambers. Anything else for the good of the order?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank Don Edwards from Public Works, not only for the regular project update, but for that presentation on the restoration of passenger rail service. It was very detailed and interesting. And I urge everyone, if they haven't had a chance to look at it, to do so. And it shows how what we've been working on fits in with it, with the transit-oriented development. And of course, we can see that Reading is in good shape compared to the other municipalities with the station selection, which we already gave our recommendation on. But overall, it just was very comprehensive, very interesting, and exciting. Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to also share the same sentiments as well, that this project's update email is very valuable to me. I enjoy getting that, seeing what's going on. So thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Don.
No, I just said you're welcome.
Yeah. And I agree. The project updates are they're always so interesting. And I did not get a chance to look at the email about the train yet, but I will certainly get to that. Okay. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Peter.
Second.
Nelson. All those question on the motion?
No question.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Very good. Thank you much. Thank you very much, everyone, for being patient as we went through this long agenda, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.
Thank
Good
you.
evening.
I want to adjourn to wherever Nelson is.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Good night, everybody.
Night.